Hey class, and welcome to PC 102, Pathways Connect 102, Professional Skills. My name is Brother Dixon, and I'll be your instructor this semester. As this week gets going and as the semester gets going, I want to take this chance to kind of introduce myself a little bit in this video, and then after that, we'll talk a little bit about the course in general, and then we'll even get to talking about what this week entails. So, buckle up because this video is a little bit longer. I typically do these videos every week. It's kind of how I like doing my announcements every week rather than writing a bunch of stuff for you to read through. I just like making typically a quick 5 to 6 minute video. This one's going to be a little bit longer because I'm going to do a little introduction of myself as well as talk about the course in general. The weeks that come up, it'll just be about what's going on that week. So let's jump right into it, and I'll let you get to know a little bit about me. So as I said, here we are in PC 102. I'm sorry, I have life skills on here, but that it's actually professional skills. I should have changed that title. Here's a little bit about me. So I grew up in Gilroy, California. I served my mission in Tegucigalpa, Honduras. And I met my beautiful wife while attending BYU, Idaho. We've been married for 9 years now. We have 4 boys, ages 8, 6, 4, and 1. You can see them there in the picture. This was taken of July last year, so they've all even grown bigger now. We live in Vineyard, Utah. It's kind of close to Provo and Orem, if you're familiar with the Utah area. About ourselves, we love to do things outside. We love to go hiking. We love to go biking, any sort of exploring. In fact, just the other day for New Year's, we went for a 9-mile hike, and all the kids made it. The little guy was in a hiking backpack, but the 3 older ones, they did the whole thing themselves. So we love to get out and we love to explore. Personally, kind of hobbies that I have, I like to build things, just do DIY type stuff. Anything that, I look at something and think, oh, I can make that, I usually try. Here's some more pics of our family. Me and my wife there, me and my boys out biking. There's some pretty scenery shots there, some places we've explored. That's down in southern Utah. And then on the right-hand side, those are some things that I make. Those boxes, we call them memory boxes. I designed and made those. And then that table down below is a Lego table for my kids. All of my boys love playing Legos, so I built them a table that they could do that at so their Legos weren't just scattered all over the floor. A little bit of my background. I got a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from BYU, Idaho. I got a master's degree in mechanical engineering from BYU down in Provo. Currently, I work as a director of operations at Innovative FlexPack. Innovative FlexPack is a contract manufacturer. We basically what that means is we make stuff for other people. And at Innovative FlexPack, we do a lot of liquid bottle filling. So we've got all kinds of customers. Any sort of liquid that wants to get put into a bottle, we can do that. And so we go out and we find customers and we bottle their products for them. So my role there, I'm over a manufacturing plant. Innovative FlexPack has a few plants, and I am the director of operations at one of them, which means I oversee all of the production that goes on there. This is my 14th semester teaching for Pathway. This class specifically, this is my 2nd semester. I used to teach a lot of math because my background is in engineering. I used to teach a math course. And then about 2 years ago, they switched up the Pathway program. And so now I've been teaching PC 101 usually. And then occasionally I do 102. They go hand in hand. Obviously, this is the 2nd semester. So I love this. I've only taught this one time before, and I loved it because it definitely goes better with my background. It's a little bit more about business stuff, a little bit more about using Excel. Those are all things that I feel like I'm very strong in. So I'm excited to teach this course again because I feel like it's a better fit for me. So I'm excited for this semester. Here's a little bit about my contact info. Don't worry about writing this all down. This is all on my instructor profile page on Canvas. But yeah, I'll just say right here, I guess, feel free to reach out and contact me whenever. Primarily, I would choose, if you could, through email. That usually works best. If you're in a dire situation, though, there's my phone number, and feel free to call or text. I do work full-time, and I have my family at home, so I can't promise I'll answer every phone call. And that's why I say usually, emailing might be best, because I kind of, my schedule, typically I get up early in the morning and I look through my emails and I answer my student emails first thing every day. So, I'm a very open book. Always don't hesitate ever to ask any question. Don't ever feel like any question is dumb. And, just please feel free to reach out. Here's one of my favorite quotes from Gordon B. Hinckley. I loved this quote back when I was in college. It kind of helped me get through grad school, because there came a point in grad school that was really hard, and I kind of felt like giving up. And, this quote kind of helped me get through that. So I like sharing it with you, because I feel like in school sometimes things will weigh you down, especially everyone that's taking pathways. Usually you're working full time. A lot of you have families, and you're trying to do school on top of that. And I give you a lot of credit, because that is hard. That is a big load to do. But here's a good quote from President Hinckley. "It isn't as bad as you sometimes think it is. It all works out. Don't worry. I say that to myself every morning. It will all work out. If you do your best, it will all work out. Put your trust in God and move forward with faith and confidence in the future. The Lord will not forsake us. He will not forsake us. If we will put our trust in Him, if we will pray to Him, if we will live worthy of His blessings, He will hear our prayers." And I really like this, because, you can apply it to anything. It really impacted me when I was in school, but, it's just a good reminder for everyday life, because we go through trials and hardships, and even though maybe school's something that you signed up for, so you may not consider that a trial or hardship, it can be. It will put a strain on your life and in your family, and so it can feel like that at times, but don't worry, it will all work out, and it'll all be worth it. And that's a little bit about me. Let me jump back over here. Here we go. Give that a second. Okay. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I hope that you enjoyed kind of seeing some pictures of my family and stuff. Now let's talk about the course a little bit, just in general. Now, this being your second semester of PC 10 or Pathways, you're probably pretty familiar with Canvas and how the layout is, and nothing really changes come PC 102. Really, the only thing that changes is the work that you'll be doing. It still has the same layout, where you'll have stuff due by Wednesday each week and by Saturday. Kind of the bigger assignments that are graded are usually due on Saturday. The stuff due by Wednesday is the pre-gathering stuff. So that format is exactly the same, and which is kind of nice about Pathways is that each semester it keeps that same format, so it's really easy to get used to. As another thing I just want to call out as the course in general is make sure that you read over the course syllabus. It'll really help prepare you for what's in store for this upcoming semester. Like I mentioned in the beginning, this is professional skills. Some things we're going to be working on is career management, working with groups, which you didn't do in PC 101. That starts around week 7, so about halfway through the semester. We're going to work on resume writing. We're going to work on how do you conduct and write a professional email. And then we're going to continue our math skills. And so, like I said, I really love this course because I feel like all this stuff is stuff I do every day. The math, I love teaching math. So anytime you have a math question, feel free to reach out. I don't tend to interact as much with math because all that is auto-graded. And so sometimes it's, I'll go in and look at it, but it's not necessarily something that I have to look at every week. And so if you're struggling and you need help, please feel free to reach out to me. But yeah, the professional skills part I think is great. We're going to learn about Excel, how to use Excel. You're going to learn some basic business stuff. It's all really good stuff. So I'm excited for it. The next thing to talk about is late work. It's the same policy as it was in PC 101. when you submit something a day late or 2 days late, it automatically deducts 2% for each day that it's late. And then the assignments will stay open for a week past the due date. So you can turn it in up until a week after the due date. And, what I like to tell students, if you have some crazy circumstance that for some reason you couldn't get it in, as far as late work goes, like I know I've had students internationally that have struggled with having electricity or access to internet or something like that. Reach out to me. I'm usually pretty lenient on the late policy. I feel for you guys, and if for some reason there was a circumstance out of your control that you couldn't get something in on time, I can remove that late policy or the late the deduction in points. So if you turn something in late because of that, then please let me know. If it's because you just forgot, then I'm sorry, you're gonna get the late penalty. So I mean, I would encourage you to manage your time. You learned about that in PC 101. So hopefully you're working on that and you're becoming masters of that. So definitely make sure you plan accordingly and try and get that work in on time each week. But again, I understand that life happens, and I can be forgiving of that. So that's pretty much it, for the course. It's not, as far as policies and stuff, it's pretty, like I said, it's pretty similar to 101, so I don't have a lot to go into. Let's talk about this week, okay? So this week, we do have an assignment that's due by Wednesday. So it's like, boom, right off the bat, and that's your introduction. And I love reading these. It's how I get to know you guys. It gives you a chance to ask me a question. And so I look forward to those. And getting to know, where you're from, what your interests are, kind of what you expect to get out of the course. It's one of my favorite assignments each semester. So the second assignment for this week that's due by Saturday is finding a job posting. Okay, so this one is, you're probably thinking like, oh, that's random. Why find a job posting? Well, it's going to help us in the weeks that come forward, because we're going to be creating a resume that you want to kind of base around that job posting, etc. So when you're looking for a job posting, though, look for one that you qualify for now. Don't look for something that you hope to be able to do when you're done with Pathways or when you're done with school, right? So find one that you currently qualify for. Even if you're not looking or planning, I'm not saying that you gotta, at the end of this, you're gonna have to apply for this job, but just look for one that you qualify for. Okay. The point of this assignment is to kind of, twofold. It's setting us up for next week, but then it's also, it helps you learn, hey, how would I go about finding a job? If, if you're working right now and you're happy and you're not looking, maybe you've kind of forgotten, like, what's the best way to go and find a job. Depending where you are in the world, if, in the United States here, what I've always used for jobs is Indeed.com. I feel like always has a lot of good postings. And then LinkedIn. If you have a LinkedIn profile, a lot of employers also post job postings on there. So those are kind of the two that I use. But again, those are U.S. based. I'm not sure internationally what that entails. So, if you don't have an idea of what a good source is, I would just Google it. Get on and Google, and you'll find something. Yeah, so that, those are our two assignments this week: introduction and finding a job posting. So other than that, that's pretty much all I've got for you right now. Again, I apologize for the length of this video, coming in around 15 minutes, but hopefully you feel like you got to know a little bit about me. I'm excited to get to know a little bit about you this week, and then I'm also excited for this semester. So I look forward to getting going here, and please, like I said, don't hesitate, reach out. I believe you all should have got an email from me last week, so there you go. You got my email in your inbox. You can reply to that, or you can write me a new one if you've got questions. But other than that, let's have a good semester, and we'll see you next week.